That in.
Here we yeah. All righty.
Every single day we're inundated with news from across the world about human trafficking, about people being sold into slavery, people being sold for prostitution. We believe that that's problems that happen across the ocean, in Africa, in Europe. But this happens in the United States. This happens in our own backyard. For example, 2 months ago, a person named Mr. Smith was caught, arrested, and prosecuted for trafficking a couple of 12 and 13-year-old girls across state lines to sell them in prostitution. This happened in Glen Burnie. And now he's serving 121 months in jail for this. This happened 15 miles down the road. This happens everywhere. This happens not just in Africa, but right here in our own backyard. There are organizations within our state that help us. We have the Maryland Human Trafficking Task Force that was formed in 2007. The state's Attorney General understood that there was a problem, and he wanted to help the FBI and the Justice Department form a group to help specifically within Maryland to combat this problem. There are organizations in the state of Maryland, like the Polaris Project, that help individuals that are caught in human trafficking. They just don't try to stop it, but they help the victims recover from this heinous crime so that they can live a normal and productive life. Human trafficking, it's a problem worldwide, but the United States, the State Department says there's 20,000 people annually that get put into human trafficking. 20,000. And there are some organizations who believe that's even, that number is too low. For example, the U.S. Conference of Bishops believe that number could be anywhere between 100,000 and 200,000 people annually that come into the United States just for human trafficking. For the last 2 years, the Department of Justice has only prosecuted 2,500 cases. Out of all those people, 2,500 are brought to justice. All the others are just lost in our civilization. And the question is, how do we help them? How do we get this to stop? There are organizations like the Polaris Project who take phone calls across the United States for people who call and are suspected of human trafficking. In Maryland, there was only 209 calls. 209 calls just for our state. Nationwide, there's several thousand. But for our state, that's 209. People who just suspect human trafficking. That doesn't even count the people that turn their head or turn a blind eye to all of that. So the question is, what do I need? How can I help? People want to ease their conscience by saying, hey, there's nothing I can do. But there are things you can do. You can be an advocate. You can go to the state legislature. There are a lot of states that don't even have laws for human trafficking. Luckily, the state of Maryland did that just last year. They made a law to stop human trafficking and try to help those people. There are ways you can get connected to raise awareness. There are grassroots organizations. You can talk to your friends. You can raise awareness. Not a lot of people know about it, but you can let people know that this is a problem in the United States. People volunteer all the time. You can volunteer and help these organizations. Volunteering doesn't mean to spend a lot of time. You can donate money. You can make little boxes. You can donate clothes. There's so many different ways you can help, big and small. And you can attend events. The Polaris Project, once again, has a calendar. Every month there's some things going on. And every month you can be part of that event and just be there to say, I know about this problem. I'm here to stop it. I care. And that's what really it boils down to, is showing people that you care. Now Amelia Blanton, she's a blogger for the St. Louis University, and she put down one of the best statements I can find about human trafficking. Since we are created in the image of God, all humans deserve a basic dignity and should not be dehumanized, exploited, or marginalized, which happens in human trafficking. These people who get caught up into it believe there's no way out, believe that no one cares, but that could be so farther from the truth. They live in the shadows, and if we show them, if we bring light into those shadows, we are able to say, hey, we do care. There are, according to the State Department, 20,000 people annually. They're lost. They're in the shadows. We can show them light. We can show them there's more to life than prostitution, more than life in pain, more than life in suffering. All it takes is just a little bit of our time and a little bit of knowledge, and we can help these individuals get the help they deserve. You know, just like God adores us and loves us, so we should love everyone else as well. So we should be there to help them. It doesn't take much. Join a group, volunteer, speak about it, raise awareness. People need our help. You know, they could be us. They could be anyone we know. So please help them. If there's any questions, please contact me afterwards, and I'd love to speak to you about it. Thank you.